boop, boop, boop. Let's talk about thread. Where to begin? I get a lot of questions about thread, so I feel like we should do a quick run through on what we use here in the shop and why we use it. Let's start first with our gold standard, which is a 100% polyester Tex 30. So what is Tex? T-E-X, that's what I'm saying. And it is our weight term. It's the reference to the weight of the thread. Weight is the thickness. So as a general rule of thumb, thicker the material, thicker the thread used to sew it. And the 100% polyester Tex 30 is going to be our standard. We use this both on the straight stitch machine and on the big cones on our serger and cover stitch machine. So this is the important one. These are the ones that you want for sure, total staples. Next, let's go down a weight. This little guy is a beautiful flossy Tex 15, and we use this for blind hemming. We use it in the blind hemming machine, the one that has the little arm and picks up a little bit of fabric. Actually, we've got a video for that, so check that out right here. But this can also be used in hand sewing. It's fine, hard to see, very thin, easy to break, but strong enough to hold up a nice hem and look really clean and give you a nice, simple finish. Okay. Next up is our specialty threads. The most common one we use is in Lee Gold, which is the color here. This is for hemming jeans, and this is a Tex 60. This one gives you that really classic, traditional jean stitch, and you're going to use a longer stitch width when you're stitching with this one. So to get that jean traditional hem, you're probably going to go up to a 3.5 stitch width, and you're also going to want to match the bobbin. One really important thing about all of the threads is that you always have to match the bobbin weight. So if there is a bobbin, unlike the blind hemming machine, if there is a bobbin on the bottom, you want the threads to match top and bottom. Here's a great example of that Tex 60 thread that we do like to use on hemming jeans. This is a regular cut and turn bottom on a pair of jeans, and the weight of the thread on that denim is just really nice, really ideal. And this comes in a couple of different colors and is either polyester or cotton poly blend. You can get it in both and still in this weight. Finally, we've got a couple of cool little extras. Crochet thread, used for swing tacks, holding different layers of skirts or dresses together or a lining in a pant. Invisible thread, which is kind of like a fine fishing line and used to put on lace or anything else where we don't want to see the top stitching, but top stitching is the ideal way to apply something. This you can see here is our invisible thread, which we use, just kidding, no, this is our invisible thread. So this, as you can see here, has kind of a fishing line look. And when used to reapply lace, you see how this edge lace has been reset on the bottom of this cuff here? Yeah, that is actually sewn on with this invisible thread. So it has a higher plastic content to give it that look. So it can be a little wily when you're working with it, but for the perfect application, it really is the perfect solution. And then this little cutie, which is buttonhole thread. You're going to use this when you are blanket stitching the edge or opening of a buttonhole, or maybe doing a little bit of decorative stitching on a cuff or on a hem. So this is your arsenal for awesome stitching. Okay, we've covered the basics. Now, what are some common misconceptions? One of the questions that I get asked all the time is, do you use stretchy thread when you're sewing stretchy fabric? And the answer is definitely not. No, the thread is almost a stabilizer, but also the stretchy fabric works with the stitch. So for instance, when we're using 4 cones of our regular Tex 30 polyester thread on the serger, the way that the thread is being stitched is what allows it to stretch, not the thread itself. So using the correct stitch in the correct way is what makes a stretchy garment or stretchy fabric stretch, not the thread. I'm really glad we got to talk about this. This is one of the questions that I know people want to ask, but sometimes feel nervous or like it's going to be a dumb question. But it's not dumb. This is one of the total building blocks of this craft. So it's very important. I'm glad that you joined me. I'm glad we got to talk about it. And like, subscribe, and join us for the next one. We'll see you soon.